All right, light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight, everybody. What's going on? Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to this week's live transmission, broadcasting from HDN headquarters, Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, here on the Outer Banks. What's going on, everybody? I see a lot of friends already in the live chat tonight. People like, Ryan Korn is back. Good to see you back, my brother. We got David Suber here. Ken is in the house. Chad Francis. A lot of our friends. Eduardo is here. Darlene is checked in with some jack-o'-lanterns. And yes, Eduardo, I'm definitely going to be talking about Dr. Death and the Halloween 5 bonus features. That is on the agenda tonight. We got a lot of stuff on the agenda tonight to talk about. A lot has happened in the world of Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise in the last 7 days. And so we got a lot to go over and a lot of stuff to discuss. Some of it we went over on Friday night's live stream. If you caught Friday night's live episode of the Halloween show, I appreciate that. And if you caught last week's episode of Michael Myers Monday, I appreciate you coming back for more this week. And for all of you that are here every week, of course, what's up, guys? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Here's to y'all. Korn trying to say he's new here. Yeah, man. Yeah. You're new here after 1 week. Thanks for being here, man. Just glad everything was okay. We were worried about you last week, man. We were worried. Eduardo is here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fazbear Frights is here. Phil is here. Yes, sir. Awesome. Ken, thank you for noticing the cut. Thank you, sir. Yep. Got to get my, we're hitting the road this week again for Mad Monster, and then we got Haunted Screams right after that. So, it's I got to have my convention cut. Got to be more aerodynamic, and so I can, maintain my social distance while still getting in and out of the crowds at the cons. You know what I mean? Thanks for noticing, though, man. Appreciate it. James Stenbeck is here. What's up, man? I love seeing those pumpkins. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we got quite a bit to talk about tonight. And so much so, and again, I say this every week, that I'm not going to be on here very long, and it's not going to be 2 hours. If y'all saw Friday night's thing, I was on there for almost 3 hours. And it wasn't even all Myers stuff. But that's partly why, because it wasn't even just Myers stuff. But so tonight, the usual format, some of the stuff is just going to be kind of combined or abbreviated, or we're just not going to do it like a show and tell or in stock. You see this guy over here. We've still got him in stock. That's the bottom line. We've got the HKs in stock. The ones we've got, they're selling fast. We're almost sold out. But the good news is I talked to our rep at Trick or Treat today, and they're going to get us some more, like, in the next few weeks. So it sounds like well before October, we're going to have our second shipment of HKs in stock. So that means we're going to have a bunch of them this weekend when we go to Concord, North Carolina, to Mad Monster Expo. So if you're still looking, considering buying one and want to see one in person, come to our booth this weekend at Mad Monster. We'll have some. And they're available online, of course, HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. We got the official knives are about to go up for order. We got some of them on the way. We got the Michael Myers and Laurie Strode H2 action figures. They're both in stock right now. And so check all that out at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop when you get a chance. But yeah, I want to just really get into some of the news because we got so much to go over. And I'm going to start with the Halloween Kills stuff because there's been quite a bit of Halloween Kills developments since our last Monday, since last week. And Fright Rags, I'm not going to go over their designs again. I feel like we did that pretty well last Monday, and they officially revealed in full the designs, an even better look of them on their socials this past week. And but I looked at each of those on Friday night's live stream as well. So I'm not really going to go into them right now, but just a quick reminder off the top here that their pre-orders, the Fright Rags pre-orders for the Halloween Kills collection, all 6 designs on their shirts and hoodies and everything, that starts this Wednesday this Wednesday morning. So you don't want to miss that. It's 7 days only. I mean, you don't really like have to get in there. It's not like a thing where they're going to sell out on Wednesday. You got 7 days to place your pre-order, and then they cut off the pre-orders and they're going to print all those and ship them. So just a reminder on that. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the NECA figures, but I definitely want to talk about that in just a minute. But first, before we get to any of that, we got to back up a little bit, because since we were here last, there was Cinemacon last Wednesday. Remember, I talked about it. I said there might be something dropping, and you guys all know what happened by now. They did drop a brand new trailer right there at the Vegas Cinemacon. And so we're going to start off right now and talk a little bit about that and what that means in as far as the next few days, because that's some pretty damn exciting news right there. I'm not going to go over everything that was described in the trailer. There are plenty of descriptions online that have come out of that screening, people breaking their NDAs to post descriptions of what was in the new HK trailer. So I'm not going to go over every line of that. And I'm sure most of you have already read that. I have read a description or two, and it sounds awesome. Needless to say, it sounds like it's going to get us even more excited and show off even more of this brutality that we keep hearing about. And it also sounds like a certain legacy character or two is featured a little more prominently this time around. So first of all, before I go any further, let me just turn to you guys and did you read the descriptions? If you're staying completely spoiler free, don't want to watch the trailer, don't want to know anything about the trailer, you might just want to mute this for the next few minutes while we're talking about this. Again, I'm not going to go into the descriptions of everything that's in the trailer, because once it's released, then we're going to do that and go over it. But there is one specific line of dialogue from it that has been that has been described that I do want to talk about here in just a second. Ryan says we need a good "Are you ready?" from. Oh yeah. But let me work up to it. It's so early in the night. I'll go hoarse too early if I do it now. Let me work up to it. John Burns, welcome. He's looking for the Spirit Halloween Michael Greeter. Hey, maybe if you guys have one, it looks like they did not restock that item at Spirit this year. David says Lori trying to unmask Michael. Well, that's partly what I want to talk about. First of all, the news, the headline out of Cinemacon is just the fact that the second trailer premiered. Makes perfect sense that it would, for so many reasons. Number one, Universal's trying to get people back into theaters. This is a theatrical release. They're trying to convince theater owners to book the movie, to have faith in them, and so of course, this is one of their big releases of the season. They've already released F9, and I'd say other than that, it's their second biggest release of the whole year. So, like I said last week, of course they're going to hype it there, which they did, and they even had a video from Jamie Lee Curtis. And it was not really talking so much about Halloween Kills. What she was talking about was the importance of, theater going into communities and enjoying films in that way and so forth. And again, really a positive go to the theater type thing more than anything. And then they played the trailer. And again, I'm not going to go through all the description of it. Everything I've read, it sounds great, and it's just going to get us even more excited. But the one bit of dialogue that apparently is in it, and I'm not going to quote the exact phrase because I don't know it and I don't have it in front of me. I'm paraphrasing. And again, if you don't want to hear any of this, here's your warning, but it's going to be in the trailer. And I don't think it's too spoilery, but it's, like you said, David, it's Lori saying at some point, I think at the end of the trailer, that she wants to take off Michael's mask, rip off his mask, and watch the light in his eyes fade away. And again, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know that that's the exact quote. Um, but allegedly, that's her quote in the trailer, more or less, and which sounds pretty badass coming from Lori, and also kind of interesting and a little ironic considering Michael is known because of Loomis for having the blackest eyes and no light in those eyes, and so the fact that she's saying that again, I mean, really kind of interesting and really kind of playing into that, going back to 78, that climax 78, Tony Moran's big moment in the franchise, when she does unmask him, and for a moment there, for that brief second, it does seem like he's flustered and just nothing else matters during those few seconds when it's Tony Moran, other than just getting that mask back on, and then he's kind of back into his in control mode. So, but what do you guys think about that? That's where I want to go first. I want to get some thoughts from you guys. What do you think about that quote? That sentiment of wanting to. I mean, we've never really had this. I mean, when she had the chance in H2O to unmask him, like we're all like, just rip off that mask, She didn't do it. She chopped his head off instead. We've never really had this. It was Jamie Lloyd's character who in H5, we're going to talk about H5, and Uncle Boogeyman, she wants to see him without the mask. Lori never really, but again, Lori, at least in this timeline and in that original timeline, she's not related to him. She's got no reason to, but so how is all this going to tie in to the evil? The more he kills, the more he transcends. This mask kind of symbolizing a source of his power. Again, I don't mean it literally, and I don't think they mean it literally, but I do think there's going to be obviously some symbolism there, and like we all know, Michael, a large part of Michael's power as the shape, as pure evil, is when he puts on that mask. Or arguably, I guess, any mask, but we know what his favorite is. So let's see what you guys think about that. Yes, Darlene, I think he's asking about the candy holder greeter, I think. Unless you're talking about a different greeter. But yeah, I don't think they re-released that this year that I know of. Ken says check Party City this year. Yeah, Chad, I think they're out of stock on that one online. Spirit is. Ken says no life in his eyes. Theme song. No life in his eyes theme song. Eduardo says I personally don't like it. Seems like they're trying too hard to kill him off for good. Ryan thinks his face is burnt and can't wait for kills. Yeah, I think if that mask comes off and we get a good look at his face, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some burn damage there, and it's going to be gruesome. I wouldn't be surprised if some of it maybe comes off with the mask, if that happens. And yeah, apparently, it kind of ends with them kind of wrestling and her trying to remove the mask. And again, I think this is not so much like a literal, like, remove his mask, he loses his power thing. I think it's more of like a figurative, remove his mask, he loses his power. And but I'm really interested to see how it plays out. Now, again, the big story that I get from all this is that we got that trailer coming now. It's gonna come. And we knew there was another one coming. And so when's it gonna drop? Now that it's premiered in Vegas last Wednesday, when's it gonna drop? Right? That's what we're all, because they've got it. And I think the big difference in this trailer is, that first trailer that was cut a year ago. They made that trailer a long time ago. And this one, presumably, I mean, maybe they cut this one a long time ago, but I think they probably cut this one since releasing that first one. So they're gonna, definitely want to answer any possible criticisms I think that they might have paid attention to in reactions to that first trailer, and really, try to show off what they're, what they want us to see going into this movie. Um, so when's it going to drop? I would say within any day now, probably this week. Honestly, I mean, if you go back to 2018 for reference, and I know the schedule's different this year and everything, but at this point they're pretty locked in to that date. I don't think they're gonna change it. Not you know. I guess if theaters are ordered to start limiting capacity again, it's possible. But I really don't think even then. I don't think this particular movie is going to get bumped. I hope not anyway. But they released the second 2018 trailer on the Wednesday before Labor Day. That year it was September 5th, actually. And that was the last Wednesday before Labor Day weekend. Well, the last Wednesday before Labor Day weekend this year is, of course, this Wednesday. And it's actually September 1st this year. So September 5th this year falls on Sunday. And then Labor Day itself is Monday, Michael Myers Monday, September 6th. So it could drop on any of those days. But I would not be surprised at all if, again, they kind of jump back into what worked in 2018 and drop it as early as this Wednesday. And as fate would have it, that's probably the way it's going to work out, just because, as you guys know, we're heading to Mad Monster Expo, so I'm going to be on the road pretty much all day Wednesday. And, so, but if that happens on that day, then yeah, hopefully I'll be able to still jump on and do some kind of live breakdown, even from our hotel, if I need to, hopefully, if that's what happens on that day. But if it doesn't happen this week, then I would think definitely next week. I mean, they're not going to wait very much longer, because next Wednesday is the world premiere of Halloween Kills at the Venice Film Festival. Remember, they announced this a few months back, like right after the trailer dropped. They announced that it was having its world premiere screening at the Venice Film Festival, and they're going to honor Jamie Lee Curtis with a Lifetime Achievement Award. So reactions to the film itself, like people will see the film there, not just press either. Like there will be, people there, and so there are going to be reactions, and yes, there's going to be spoilers that are going to start coming out after that screening. And I think at this point, going into that, yeah, the marketing team for Universal, they want nothing but just positive buzz and just to build that hype. And this just, coast right in there with it. They premiere the trailer to the theater owners last week. I mean, gets a great response from what we see online. Everybody, the journalists that I follow, that I watched, heard their reaction. Yeah, they say it looks great. Then, that just gets us all that much more excited. So then they go ahead and drop it a week later, say this Wednesday. And then that just builds the hype for the world premiere. Not that it needs it at this point, but, it just builds that hype up even more. The world premiere hits the week after. We have a week or two of reactions, and hopefully they're hoping, I'm hoping, we're hoping, positive feedback, positive buzz, positive critical response. I'm sure that, critics are going to have embargoes and stuff, but stuff's going to come out. And then that's going to lead right into, after a week or two of that, then that brings us right to October 1st, which, of course, I'm sure you've seen the sponsored posts and the announcements and other sites of, that's Bloomfest, their second annual online convention, basically. And, of course, with 2 weeks out from the release of HK, of course, you can count on Halloween Kills being the showpiece, the centerpiece, center ring, spotlight attraction of Bloomfest 2021. Of course it's going to be. I mean, the first teaser for it that they dropped at last year's Bloomfest was the centerpiece of that, and the thing that everybody couldn't stop talking about from that. So, I think all of this lines up perfectly with that. So don't be surprised at all if in the next day or 2 or 3, we get that second trailer released online going into Labor Day weekend. And it also makes sense, again, it's the last holiday weekend, the last kind of big holiday weekend anyway, that right before Halloween, and it's also the traditional, it's not the calendar end of summer literally, but it's basically the end of summer. Schools are starting up, it's not the calendar beginning of fall, but it's the beginning of fall. I mean, everybody considers Labor Day, that's the end of summer. Now it's fall, and which it's our time, guys, yeah. But but all that lines up perfectly with the fact that, yeah, they're very likely, I think, going to drop that trailer online within the next couple days, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's this week. And so, yeah, if they do that, and it works out, then I'm gonna do a live breakdown again. I want to with you guys, just like we did the last one, just like we did Bad Candy a few Fridays ago on the Halloween show, just like we did the Tales for Halloween Night this past Friday. I want to do that again with you guys, and I want to do it live, and I want to do it, hopefully the night that it's released. But I'm just gonna have to play that by ear a little bit, because chances are I'm going to be out of town at a hotel room. But I am already thinking that, if at all possible, I'm going to find some kind of quiet corner, and we're just going to gather and do it, and it'll probably be the same hallowed time of 10:31 p.m., whatever night that is. If it's next Monday, that's going to be a challenge, because, again, I'm going to be on the road all day coming home, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I kind of got a feeling it might be this week. But in any case, it's definitely coming. There's definitely a second one coming. I mean, that's undisputed. It's going to be released online. They're not just going to sit on it. And I don't think there's any way they're going to hold it for a month till Bloomfest. That'd be ridiculous. So all that is awesome. And to tide us over, while we're waiting for that trailer, as if that's not enough, we did get a new official image released, courtesy of USA Today, in an article they did previewing all the most anticipated fall movies of the year. Did you guys see the new image that was released just late last week? Chad's talking about it. Get off my lawn. Nice. Byron's here. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Darlene, yeah, she hasn't seen that greeter at her spirit either. I haven't been to a spirit yet, but I'm about to. While we're on the road, I'm going to hit a couple. Eduardo says, without the mask, Michael is dormant. Yeah, that's kind of that's a pretty good word for it. I wouldn't say he's incapable of doing evil or killing, but yeah, he's just kind of dormant, just kind of not actively exercising his evil. Justin's asking when tickets go on sale. That's a good question. I've not heard that yet. I'm assuming we're probably going to learn that info next month. Sammy Smith, what's up? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Eduardo, if you're asking me if I read the script, no, I have not read any script for it, and I do not plan to. I'm not interested in spoilers, and but no, I mean, after I've seen the film, I might, but nope, not read any script. So please, no spoilers in the live chat. Protect Safes here. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Brett Patrick says Things with Two Heads podcast rocks. Yes, it does. Oh, is one of them up in here again? I might have missed one of their comments. I'm behind on the comments. Chad's talking about his get off my lawn. Nice. Chad says he's going to talk to Sean tomorrow and tell him get off my lawn. Nice. Very cool. Let's take a look at this new picture. Did you see this from the fall movie preview? Let's see. Let's go over here. Yeah, this is from USA Today. Here, we'll just pull up the picture. There we go. Again, nothing too. I mean, it's not too new. We've kind of seen it in the trailer already, but it's Laurie and Karen at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, looking quite distressed. So, what do you guys think they're looking at in this picture? What's happening out there? Has Michael arrived at the hospital or something? What do you guys think? Ariel's asking about the new NECA figure. Oh, absolutely. I've seen it. Yep. Yep. I'm going to talk about it in just a second. That's on my agenda of items to get to tonight. Yeah, Lori, I mean, she's got her, I mean, I don't know where this falls in the movie, because she's got her coat on, and we've seen shots of her, like, in the hospital bed. We've seen shots of her, in that trailer. It looks like walking down the hallway, walking out of the hospital, ready to go hunting. So I don't know where this falls in it. I guess maybe after the, you know, her speech about wanting to go try to end Michael. Just really curious at what everybody is looking at out there. Um, Ariel says either they're looking at the mob or Michael. Yeah, I mean, that's probably. I don't know. I mean, it seems like Lori is going to be trying to urge the mob. So I don't know if they'd be so terrified by the mob. It's almost like they're helpless and terrified by something he's doing. I don't know. Darlene says she caved and bought the Michael light up statue. Oh, you're gonna love it. I got it. I got it last year. It's awesome. Chad says they're looking at the mob of people. Is Lori gonna walk out there after seeing that mob and go give like an epic speech to them? Have her ultimate new Loomis moment? That'd be pretty cool. Protect safe says the stock market. I don't think so. Ken says Allison in bad condition, and David says by their faces probably so. I was thinking about that. I was wondering, but again, I mean, it's hard for me to know, how the film is going to fall and where this might fall into it, because I mean, the trailer makes it seem like Allison is going to have this confrontation with Michael, um, seemingly near the end of the movie, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's much earlier than I'm thinking, and now that would definitely reflect Allison in bad shape. Those looks of concern right there. I'd say more than looking at the mob. All right, so there we go. We got a new image, officially released image from Halloween Kills. And of course, that's not the only Halloween Kills news this past week. Again, I'm not going to go over the Fright Rag stuff. I already reminded you, place your orders starting Wednesday. But as we were just talking about, there is the NECA figure that is coming out this year. And we knew the figure was coming, but now, last week, NECA went ahead and officially revealed, I think it was last Tuesday, actually, like right after our Monday, but they officially revealed their Halloween Kills Michael Myers 7-inch scale ultimate figure, and it's part of their ultimate line. And I talked about this a little bit Friday night, and let's go over and look at some pictures right now. But yeah, I, I, you guys that have watched me on here for a while know that I love my action figures. I'm an action figure collector. I collect pretty much anything involving Myers, but especially the action figures. And I love NECA in general, and specifically their Ultimate line. I got the 2018 figure, I got the Lori figure, and I just love that 7-inch scale. I love what they're doing with the Ultimate line right now. I think I'm gonna get that Loomis and Michael H2 pack. That and so I'm gonna needless to say, I'm gonna be picking this up. I haven't seen it up for pre-order yet. I'm sure there's probably some sites that have it right now, but yeah, I'm gonna be pre-ordering it. I don't think I'm gonna be waiting to search one out in the wild for this one. But yeah, you can see he comes with all kinds of cool accessories, various weapons, a couple of knives there. There's that Halligan bulb we saw in the trailer. There's a baseball bat. I can only assume that that's Tommy's bat that we've seen Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle carrying in some stills, and in the trailer there's that fireman's tool. I don't know what you call that, guys. We call that tool that he is. We've seen in the trailer, and there's of course, pretty notably, Silver Shamrock skull mask, which I love that it comes with that. And again, I'm not gonna go too far into speculation about what's going on with that. We all saw the trailer and we picked it apart, and I think we have a good idea of what's going to be going on down there. But yeah, clearly that mask and the 3 Silver Shamrock masks, they're going to be a little more prominent this time around than that quick glimpse. Actually, there's a couple quick glimpses in 2018. And the mask sculpt here looks really good. You'll see some other pictures of it in a minute. But he looks great. Of course, he's got, the left hand. He's got the missing fingers. He's bandaged up. And I mentioned this Friday night, but the most interesting thing is it does say that he comes with an interchangeable head, 2 different heads. But there's no real indication of what the difference in the heads is. I can just assume that one of them is going to be more damaged than the other. But from these images, and these are just a few that I put on our site. You can go to NECAonline.com and see their full gallery. They got a ton of great shots, but these are just a couple. There's a good look at that mask, though. That mask sculpt looks wicked. But I did notice, I know, some people were giving Trick or Treat some flack for having like too much yellow on the burnt side of their mask, and but there is some yellowing here. If at least in this photo, it looks like, made to look like the latex melting and burning. And I actually kind of like how it's almost looks kind of bubbled up right there around his cheek. And yeah, here's a good shot. And that cut down the temple, if you remember looking at the Trick or Treat mask or my unboxing of our Trick or Treat masks, they have that left cut right down the temple, down the left side of his temple there, and you see it reflected here in the figure sculpt. He's still wearing that same blue T-shirt that he got from the gas station. He was wearing in 2018. I like that. Yeah, I mean the mask just looks damaged and battle damaged, and it does look like it's melted a bit into his face almost, maybe. You can see where coming up from the mouth, it's like got some holes in there. I mean, it's just gonna look gnarly in the film. I think it's gonna look so gnarly. And you see the coverall damage. Trick or Treat's got their coveralls up for order right now. By the way, they're officially licensed HK coveralls with the burn damage. And yeah, these things have so many points of articulation. You can pose them however you want. I saw somebody said, "Oh no, is that Michael with Tommy's bat?" And I mean, it appears so. I mean, is that foreshadowing, or is that, something that's going to happen in the film? Who knows? But we know Tommy is been pictured with that bat. I mean, this could easily, though, just be NECA and their photographer, making a cool photo. But I mean, look at that gash in his arm. I mean, just all the detail on the on not even just the mask sculpt, but the body sculpt, and even the hair. Here you can see the contrast of where the burnt side of his hair is so black and charred, and the other side is, more brown and gray. Looks great. And again, there he is, holding that silver shamrock mask. Ariel's asking if I think we'll get another Laurie figure. I hope so. And honestly, I mean, how about some other characters too? I mean, yes, I think we will. I hope we do. I mean, they got the likeness, Jamie Lee's likeness, to do that new digital printing that they did. There's a look at the packaging you're going to see, and you're going to see these at places like Target and all very soon. There's the back of the packaging, and that's how he comes. So, I mean, for me, this is a must-own. Like, again, I just love NECA products. I love the action figures. I love this scale. And yeah, so for me, no question, I'm going to be picking this one up, adding it to my collection. And once I get my hands on it, I'll, film the unboxing and all that good stuff. But, and you can go back over here and see, I mean, like I said, it comes with 2 heads, but you can't really see much of a difference in the 2 heads, at least that I'm seeing here. Maybe you guys can tell me what I'm missing, but yeah, I think they'll do a Laurie. I hope they do. I would love to see maybe an Allison, Karen, or how about Lindsay and Tommy? How about a Lindsay and Tommy 2-pack, man? I mean, are you kidding? My God, that would be that would be so amazing to have a Lindsay and Tommy 2-pack. Of course, then it's just going to beg for the 78 edition Lindsay and Tommy 2-pack, which I still can't believe they haven't done more of that stuff. I think it all just comes down to, the how hard it is to get permissions and likenesses and all that. I think when it's, a character in a mask or a character, makeup and everything, and you're not using the actor's actual likeness, I think it's just a lot less red tape is generally what that's all about. All right, what else we got going on, guys? All right. Yeah, like I said, I mean, that figure just looks beautiful to me. To me, there's no question. It's a must-own. Their 2018 figure, both of them, the Laurie and the Michael, just beautiful. They were great. So I had no doubt that this figure was going to be a must-own. But yeah, I would love to see some other characters. Definitely another Laurie, but yeah, maybe an Allison, maybe a Karen, maybe an Allison Karen 2-pack, maybe a Strode Women 3-pack. But yeah, how about some legacy characters? How about a Lindsay and Tommy 2-pack? That'd be great. I would love that. All right. Now I've got a little bit of news that I think some people are sleeping on and not really following. And I reported on it a while ago, and and I've been trying to do a follow up because there just hasn't been any movement on this. But now today we got movement. We got a new merch reveal today. A 2021 Myers merch reveal. A big one. A good one. One that I said was coming, and then it started looking like, well, maybe it's not coming. Let me quickly get y'all's thoughts on this figure before I go. Protect Safe says go figure. That's funny. Yeah, would love a bracket, Chad says. Yeah, I'd love a bracket. Ken says Joe Grizzly figure. That'd be cool. With those awesome sideburns he had in 78. Yeah. Ken Forey, he's going to be at Mad Monster this weekend, too. Corn says, want, need, now. Yes. Ken says, if they did an 18-inch for 2018, then do it for Kills. You think they're going to do it for Kills, too? They might. Yeah. Ariel's asking about the new Chainsaw movie. Yep, I just posted an article tonight. Absolutely. And we will be covering that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie here. Well, we're already covering it on the site, but we'll be covering that. Absolutely. I'm stoked for that. David, so you guys talking about wanting a Joe Grizzly figure that comes on the toilet? Yeah. I don't know if I'd have to add that one to my collection. I love Joe Grizzly. I love Ken Forey. I love that film, but I don't know. I don't know if I need a toilet prop, a figure with a toilet prop necessarily. Okay, so let me get to this next news thing here. If you remember a few weeks ago, actually when we were out of town about a month ago, for Scares That Care, I posted an article and a video report about a new animatronic, a Michael Myers animatronic, life-size animatronic, that was going to be released this year and officially licensed from Universal as a Halloween 2 animatronic. And if you'll remember, it was well, here's the article that I posted. It was exactly a month ago. 1 month ago, July 30th, to be exact. I posted this story about a Halloween 2 life-size Michael Myers animatronic and an animated doll coming this year to Party City, and made by Techie Toys. And I had a link here where you could order him for $200, and he was listed when we went to press, and then he wasn't. It was like, I mean, I was out of town, so I don't know like the minute it happened or what day it actually happened, but at some point after we published our article, Party City, for whatever reason, Universal wasn't ready to press the button or whatever. They pulled that listing off of their website, and so neither of those items could be found on their website. That link just went to their homepage. And so I've just been kind of quietly checking and watching and waiting and to see, like, is this thing really going to get released this year? You know, it makes sense that it would. I mean, we're seeing a lot of Halloween 2 specific stuff this year, which I think is great. Universal's got the license. It's a legacy property for them. I mean, it's part of Halloween history, and this is the 40th anniversary year of Halloween 2. So how perfect not to, you know, why wouldn't you license a bunch of stuff from that movie? So, everything changed today because Techie themselves released a video. And it's actually it's an instruction video. It's an instruction manual of how to put together this animatronic. But it gives us an actual look at the actual thing itself and confirms that, yes, It is still being released this year, and yes, it will be available at from Party City exclusively, or Halloween City if you find one of them. Halloween City is Party City's Halloween only seasonal store, kind of their version of Spirit Halloween. You know, like how Spencer's owns Spirit Halloween, Party City owns Halloween City. And they don't open too many of the Halloween City stores nowadays. I think only in bigger locations. But so you might find this animatronic there, but mostly where you and I are gonna find it is gonna be at a Party City if we're lucky. And I assume they're gonna sell it online at least for a little while at some point. So we're gonna take a look at this thing right now. Now I said in my article, you know, that the images here that at that time were listed on the website were, you know, I didn't know how legit they were. But it turns out they're kind of legit, and he looks pretty good. Let me show you. Check him out. Here, let's just pull him up here for a second. All right, so here he is. All right, he stands 6.5 feet tall. Okay, and he doesn't have a whole lot of animation to him. It's I'll show you in just a second. But you know, his arm there holding the knife goes up and down, kind of slow. And but I gotta tell you guys, I really like the look of this animatronic. Now, again, it's licensed Halloween 2, and there's nothing really Halloween 2 specific about it. You know, there's nothing really he doesn't have the bullet holes and the jumpsuit. The coveralls actually look more like Halloween 6 to me, Curse of Michael Myers to me, these coveralls. And the mask doesn't look, you know, especially Halloween 2. It doesn't, but I'll tell you what, I like the look of this mask. I like this head sculpt that they're using, and this is, you know, the image that was online was similar to this and was a fairly good representation of this, but this actually looks really good, that mask sculpt, to me. And his body shape, I mean, he's a little bulkier than other, you know, there's been a lot of Myers animatronics released over the years. If you remember back in 2018, Spirit Halloween released a Michael Myers life-size animatronic, and it was actually licensed to H2O. And it wasn't bad, but the mask didn't look like H2O's mask, any of H2O's masks. And it didn't really look like a 78. It just looked kind of weird. And, I mean, he did have a cool animation. He had kind of a cool, like, stalkery pose to him where he was, like, kind of in motion. Definitely more motion than this one. But, and that one was more expensive, too. That one was priced at, I think, around $250 when it was first released. And this one, I believe, again, don't quote me on this right now because, you know, they're changing things as we speak, but last I saw, this was going to be retailing for $200, which to me, I mean, that's a pretty damn good deal if you're obsessed with Michael Myers like I am. Rachel says 200 seems pretty cheap for something like that. Yeah. Yeah, you'd think the shape would, and again, I'm not positive that that's the price, but that's what I initially saw listed and last I saw. But this still here, and I'll show you a little bit of their video. We're not going to listen to it because I mean, it's literally their instruction video of how to put this guy together. But here you'll be able to see him in action. And actually, the funniest thing they do with this instruction video is they actually have this pop up. Well, not that. they actually at a certain point in this instruction video, they tell you that that 6 bullets will not stop him, and he cannot be killed, and it's just right in there. Now there he is in motion, and again, no extreme motion. Now, this is what I mean. Please note, he will not die. He is not human. uh, and again, they don't show a whole lot of action shots of him in this video. I think you'll be able to see another one here in a minute. Yeah, there he is. And that's really what he does. And he does have sound. And actually, the coolest thing, and I can probably play you a piece of the sound if I can find it. Actually, the coolest thing. Oh, I just noticed you guys can't see his face right there. Hang on a second. Let me here. Let me. I just noticed you couldn't see the top of the video there. There we go. The sound that he makes actually, which is awesome, is not the soundtrack. You know, normally these things typically they play the theme. You know, which we love the theme. Of course, I love everybody loves the theme. But oh, hold the horses. Somebody dropped a $20 live chat in here. What did I miss? Protect safes. Oh man. Thank you. Thank you. What is that? I don't know what that is. That a race quit? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But everybody, let's pause and toast Protect Safes. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the super chat tonight. We totally appreciate it, and it's stuff like that that does help allow us to keep doing stuff like this. And I forget every week to mention the super chat, you know, of course, because I don't want to be like constantly saying, hey, you know, we need your money, but you know, we do need your money to be able to keep doing this. But no pressure. But thank you so much, everybody. Let's toast Protect Safes real quick. ProtectSafe.com. Chad said his hands shouldn't be white, though. You mean they should be bloody? More bloody, yeah. Protect says they picked it. I don't know either. I hear you. Yeah, I agree, Rachel. I think, by the way, everybody, give it up. Rachel Crothers with us again. The Halloween verse. Yeah, I think that's a great price for it, actually. Chances support your local HDN. Yes. Protect Safe says, thank y'all for making Mondays orange and red. Yes, sir. I love that. Well, you guys help me do it. You know, you guys are, you know, I couldn't, I'd just be talking to myself if you guys weren't here. So it's all of us, man, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to get to the Halloween 5 in just a minute, but man, let me just go back to this for a minute. And actually, I can probably find a bit of the sound. What I was going to say about the sound is it's not the music. It's him breathing. It's just him breathing which I kind of think is awesome. Now, it would be cool maybe if they had two settings, one for like the music starts playing, one for just, but there have been other ones made. Like the Spirit one, it played the music, you know, and usually they have a mixture. Like you can hear him breathing and there's some music playing. This guy, he's just breathing, which is a lot more like actual Michael would be, and you know, kind of scary if you were to, you know, see this at a haunt or something, just kind of at the end of a dark hallway. But really, I mean, I just am really happy with the look of this guy. I can't wait to see him in person, and I'm just, again, it's Halloween 2, and it's not Halloween 2, you know, because it doesn't look like that, but I am not mad about that, because to me, I think this is a good, just general, almost 78 looking head sculpt mask. Let me see if I can, if you can hear. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. See if you can hear.
Located on the right side of the clothing. And position the animatronic as pictured. Your setup is now complete. If you have the footpad
so you can hear
as
for
pictured,
just a minute there.
Your setup is now complete. If you have the footpad, which is sold separately, carefully connect the footpad cable into the jack labeled footpad located on the control box. Place the switch on to activate the scary sequence. Please note, even if you position to operate the item in sound and motion activation mode, make a loud sound or clap to activate the scary sequence. Please note, even if you shoot him 6 times, he will not die. He is not human. Close the hook and loop fasteners.
See what I mean? Please note, even if you shoot him 6 times, he will not die. He is not human. We know. We know. Yeah, so, again, and this is, I mean, it's not really an exclusive. It's on YouTube. It's on Techie Toys YouTube channel. They just posted it a few hours ago, that video. And so, you know, this isn't like an exclusive. I can't even talk. This isn't like an exclusive, but I've not shared this anywhere on any socials. I haven't posted this. I'm going to have an article about this up on our site tomorrow morning. And, but I wanted to save it for tonight. And especially since, you know, they just posted it today, it's like it's meant to be that you guys are the first ones to see this, and except for the hardcore techie subscribers, of course, that already saw it. But I think a lot of the, you know, the other horror sites and channels and stuff that cover some of this stuff, even some of the animatronics channels might have missed this one or thought that it wasn't happening, like I was beginning to think, because they kept checking Party City. Speaking of which, let me go check that again. Let's just see what that link, if they've updated it in the last few hours, because it's possible. Nope, he's still not up there on the Party City site. But that's confirmation that he is coming. I mean, it's even possible he could be like a you know, an in-store exclusive. Probably not, but it is possible. But I think they're going to have him online. But I'm going to be going to some Party Cities in our travels. I'm going to be going to some Spirits. I'm going to be going to some Party Cities and start looking for this guy. And yeah, if he looks as good as he does in that video, to me, I mean, I don't know. I might have to get him. I think he's the best looking Myers animatronic that I've seen. Yeah, that I can. He looks better than the Spirit one. There was one before that. I think it was maybe Jimmy put it out. But I think he looks really good. What do you guys think? You guys tell me what you guys think. Protect says Myers can train soon-to-be moms the birthing rhythm. That's pretty funny. Sammy Gomez, what's up? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Rachel says that breathing is flawless. Yeah, I really again, the video is not like a demo video that they posted today. It's literally the instruction video of how to put him together. If it was like an actual demo video, I would play more of it. But I mean, it's literally how to put him together, which is great that they do that. And here, I mean, you can see more of him in it as they're putting him together. I'll play a little bit more of it. I'm just gonna keep it on mute though. But I mean, just so you can see a little bit more of him. but it's not really a demo that they show. Like, that's how he comes. That's how he arrives. So you can see he does have a little coloring on the hands, it looks like. At least this one. But that's how he comes, you know. And, yeah, it's got some really useful instructions. And they show you how to put them together, step by step. Which, somebody like me, I definitely would need this video and would use this video when I get this guy. Rachel's wondering if he'll look deflated. Yeah, I was wondering that too. I mean, because he does, like I said, he looks bulked up, almost like an H4. H4, Rachel. Almost like an H4 George Wilbur, or an H6 George Wilbur Myers in a way. At least that picture, that bulkiness. So yeah, he might not be that bulky. I hope he wouldn't like look too deflated. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he's not quite as bulky as that George Wilbur look. But and here you can see, I mean, you know, that's how he hangs. David bought the H2O one years ago. I mean, I didn't think it was crappy. I thought it was cool. You know, it just wasn't. I I didn't like the mask as much as I'm liking this one. I'll say, and the other ones that I've seen, you know, gosh, I mean, we do live in the best time to be a fan of this stuff, y'all. We really do, because it wasn't long ago when you just nobody could make a decent looking Myers mask somehow, and it was really the toy guys, you know, NECA and McFarlane and Mezco and them that really, even before Trick or Treat, I think, started getting it right finally, like really putting in the work and getting it right. Okay, so that suit he comes with actually does look like he's got some padding to that. Look at that. He's got some padding there, y'all. You know, we hear about George Wilbur having some padding in H4O and to make him look bigger. I mean, not H4O and H4. Yes. But it does look like it's got some padding, so it'll keep him a little bit bulked up. Brett bought the $28 inflatable that Walmart is selling. Yeah, I got the other one. That's something else that I was going to talk about. I didn't know if I'd get to it tonight, but I'll just mention it quickly. Yeah, there's another inflatable that Walmart is selling, guys. It's actually a 5-foot one, and Brett, maybe you can tell me. Did you get the one? Does yours is he holding a knife or not? Because there's actually two versions, and from what I hear, one of them is like being sold in Canada, and one of them's being sold down here. But it's the same thing except for one is holding the knife and one is not. And the one I got though is the Statty Halloween, the 3.5-foot from Target actually, that I got from Target.com, and there he is in action. Yeah, so again, I'm gonna have something up on the site about this probably tomorrow, and as soon as I find them taking orders online, then I will let you guys know. But until then, yeah, we're gonna have to. I saw Rachel say she's going to Party City 20 minutes away. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to hunt one down at a physical Party City, I think. But I think it looks great. I mean, I'm stoked for this. I want to see it in person. again, I mean, it's you can't believe everything you see on the internet, but I definitely want to see it in person. There was another quick shot of it for you guys. There he is standing up. Stay clear while operating so he doesn't stab you. And again, that is from Techie. And you can find their channel at Techie Toys here on YouTube. And yeah, they just posted that a few hours ago, and I was so stoked to finally get A, confirmation that it exists and it's coming, and B, a really good look at it in action. And sure, I mean, some of the animatronics, they have a little more motion, a little more fast action, but I don't think you need that with this. It's not that kind of a piece. I just think he looks great. And yeah, even though it's Halloween 2 and not really Halloween 2, kind of like the inflatable, it's Halloween 2, but it doesn't really look anything Halloween 2 specific. Not mad about that at all. And in fact, with the animatronic, I kind of like that it's a little more just not generic, but general Michael Myers. More of just like the 78, the all-purpose Myers mask. Again, though, that gray on the coveralls definitely gives me a Curse of Michael Myers vibe, personally. All right. And we also have the other big news that broke today is the details about Scream Factory's new 4K releases of Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? This was announced. When was it announced? It was announced last month, maybe. I guess it was in July. It was announced, and it was initially going to come out in September. The date has been pushed back by about a week. Now it's dated for October 5th. And they're taking pre-orders, and of course you can order directly from Scream Factory and get the posters and the vinyl and the pins and all that if they're not sold out. I think some of that stuff, I'm sure, is already sold out. But we didn't know exactly what bonus features were going to be included. And they said that was going to have a lot of previously released stuff and maybe some new surprises. Well, today we got word finally of everything that's going to be included, and there's some interesting stuff here for sure. But the big prize, the big headline here, the must own aspect of all this, and clearly the thing that has kind of upped the profile of this whole release now, in my opinion, is the announcement. And again, I think some of us were hoping this. I was skeptical that it would happen on this release, but they are actually going to include the long lost deleted scenes alternate opening from Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, the 1989 sequel. Now, we've all known that there was scenes filmed, there was an alternate opening sequence, and there was also some additional scenes later on in the movie that were cut because they were too violent to get an R rating, they felt. And a few years ago now, it's been a couple years, I think it was 2019, Trancas, HalloweenMovies.com, they posted on social and got us all excited and said that they had found the lost footage from Halloween 5. And so we were just all, and that was actually the 40th anniversary year of that film. So we just all, a lot of people, myself included, were like, oh, that's great. They're going to do a 40th anniversary release and have that in there. And that didn't happen that year. And then, of course, the year after that was last year. It was 2020. And, nothing really happened that year. Well, here we are. And now that footage is finally getting released as part of this new Scream Factory 4K Collector's Edition. And so let's go over here and look a little more at what we're talking about. Now, like I said, it's the first 5 movies. Now, the original Halloween 78, it has already been out on 4K. I own that 2018 4K release. The difference here is that it is a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, and this time it's approved by legendary cinematographer Dean Cundy. And Dean Cundy actually supervised the transfer of Halloween 78 as well as Halloween 2 and 3, all the ones that he shot. So this one will arguably look, this version of 78 should arguably look even better than the 4K edition that was released back in 2018. Aside from that, though, it's not going to have a whole lot of other new material on the 78 release. It will come with the 4K disc, which of course is the film in Ultra HD. It will include the previous commentaries with Cundy and Nick Castle and Tommy Lee Wallace, and another commentary with Carpenter and Curtis, all of which are great, all of which were previously released on other releases. The Blu-ray disc will also be included. This is what's cool. The H3 or the H78, includes 3 discs. So you get the 4K disc, you get the Blu-ray disc with that 4K scan on Blu-ray, and those same commentaries, and basically all of the features that were released on the most recent Blu-ray release. The one new exception there being a newspaper ad still gallery, a gallery of vintage newspaper ads, and that's curated by Drive-In Asylum. And actually, all 5 of these releases has that new feature, a gallery of images that are newspaper ads from the time that these films were being released, which is pretty cool to look at and have. And the other one new item for the 78 release is on the 3rd disc. That's also going to be a Blu-ray disc that will have the original Blu-ray release color timing. In other words, the initial Blu-ray release that was not supervised by Dean Cundy. It will also have the TV cut of the film, so you'll get that extended version of the film, which I don't think anybody says that the TV cut is better, but it's certainly worth seeing, and it's got some good scenes that are great to watch, and especially if you're watching the other films, because they were filmed while they were shooting Halloween 2, so that's got stuff that ties directly in. H2, again, the only real new thing is that new transfer supervised by, once again, Dean Cundy, legendary cinematographer who shot all your favorite movies. And it, too, graciously, I appreciate that even though most of these bonus features were already released and I already own most of these features on other releases, I do like that they're just putting it all on here. And just like with 78, the H2 also includes its television cut, which I think is pretty cool. It's also got a great audio commentary, again, previously released, but with Dick Warlock, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure Sean Clark conducts that commentary with Dick Warlock, actually. It's really good. Halloween 3, again, Dean Cundy supervised transfer and the newspaper ad gallery. The one extra thing that Halloween 3 has, however, is it does have a new featurette, and it doesn't have a runtime of this featurette. I imagine it's probably not more than about 10 or 15 minutes, but it's called Tricks, Treats, and Terror, The Masks of Halloween 3, and it will feature an interview with Justin Mabry of Trick or Treat Studios. So that should be pretty cool, with Justin bringing some historical perspective to the masks that were used in that film. Of course, two of them, or at least one of them, was an original Don Post, and already before the film, and then the others they had made for the film, I believe. So that's cool that it's got that extra featurette there with H3. With H4, again, Dean Cundy did not supervise these because he did not shoot these. But, again, these are the first time that parts 2, 3, 4, and 5 have ever been available in the 4K format. And I'm not taking a look at all of the artwork. We've already done that before. Again, some cool commentaries on there that if you own the previous releases, you've already heard them. But I love Ellie and Danielle's commentary on H4. It's a lot of fun to listen to. And, of course, that newspaper ad gallery. And then this one, which I'm going to say this is the crown jewel of this collection. This reminds me of a few years back when they released the complete collection, which, of course, it's not complete now. Technically, it wasn't complete then because it didn't include the Rob Zombie theatrical cuts, just the director's cut. So it wasn't even officially fully 100% complete at the time. But anyway, it was still an amazing, awesome release, and I love it. But kind of the crown jewel at that time was that the producer's cut of H6 was finally, after all this mythology and all this kind of urban legend existence, it was being released officially to the public. So when when that came out, of course I had to get it, and that was one of the things. I mean, it was a must own already, but it was much more of a must own because of that mythical producer's cut, which I had already seen, bootleg cuts and stuff. But yeah, it was great to finally have it presented properly. And so here we go with Halloween 5. Finally, the long lost mythical alternate opening sequence featuring a character known as Dr. Death. It's also going to feature new, what they call extra snippets of gore that were cut to obtain an R rating. Again, that new 4K scan, the newspaper ad gallery, and a new featurette. Very cool that in addition to all that, they are doing a new featurette. It's called Of Darkness and Shadows, the cinematography of Halloween 5, in an interview with cinematographer Robert Draper. So I find this really cool, and I appreciate that they're, giving H5 some love and some attention here, and that we're finally going to see these scenes. Now, they're not going to be cut into the film. It's not an extended cut, but they have been restored according to Trankis themselves. And so the fact that they took the time to do that and are finally releasing it because we, the fans, have demanded it for so long, I think is great. And Halloween movies today did release their own, they released this image of that opening scene. That is the character, Dr. Death. That is Michael lying on the ground there, unconscious, his mask off. You can't see his head, of course, you can't see his face. That's Don Shanks laying down there. That's a character known as Dr. Death picking up the mask. And this was the original opening of the film that we're going to see on here. This was released today on HalloweenMovies.com. This is a screenshot taken by Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills producer Ryan Freeman of Trankis International. He took this still during the restoration process of the alternate opening. And it features the actor's name. He's a Salt Lake City actor and comedian named Theron Reed, and he actually died back in 2009. And he plays the role of an occultist named Dr. Death. And according to Trancas themselves, according to Halloween movies today, this new alternate ending, this is their words now, quote, deepens the Cult of Thorn mythology which the series introduced in the 1989 film, and provides an explanation as to the resurrection of Michael Myers. End quote. So, and again, in addition to that original opening restored, now it's also going to have snippets, they call it, that were excised from the film to get an R rating. So take a look at this image for just a minute, and then I got something cool to show you that pertains to all of this. All right, so this is pretty cool. Again, this is kind of one of those things that in the fandom of, Halloween franchise fanatics, this is kind of taken on this kind of like the producer's cut, like this mythical status of this legendary alternate opening and this Dr. Death character, and that kind of resurrects Michael somehow, and so people have been wanting to see this, and of course the extra gore, the extra violence. Of course people want to see any of that. So I'm super excited that they're doing this. Honestly, it just goes to show that they are listening a little bit to us, the fans, and paying attention and trying to say, okay, we know they're gonna, I mean, we're all gonna say the same thing. Oh, it's another version of the same movie that I own 20 copies of, and of course I'm gonna buy it again. It's what we all say, and they know this, and of course we're gonna buy. But I appreciate that they're saying, we don't have much new that we can give them, but let's give them what we do have and what we can give them, and then having that featurette with the cinematographer as well. I think that's a great move too, especially since you had Dean Cundy involved in the first three so heavily. It's just a shame they couldn't have rounded it out and gotten the cinematographer from H4 as well, because that's got some really great cinematography as well. But nonetheless, very cool. And like I said at the top of this, this news today, this confirmation that this is happening, this reveal, in my opinion anyway, it definitely ups the must-have factor of this release, of specifically this Halloween 5 release. But then at the same time, and almost as a direct result of it, it ups the whole must-have aspect of the whole collection, this whole collection of these 5 films, because now I have to own this Halloween 5, of course. I got but why do I want this one when I'm not going to have the rest of the collection? I've got 78 and 2018 on 4K, but this is the first time 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all available in Ultra HD. They'll be released on the format again, I'm sure. There'll be another box set in a few years, probably, maybe in 2 years for the 45th anniversary. Who knows? And we'll all shell out for that too. But yeah, this, in my opinion, and you guys tell me if you agree or disagree, but I think this definitely makes this a must-own for fans now. And it definitely gets me a lot more excited for this release. All right, what I'm going to play right now for you, this isn't a world premiere clip. It's not a new interview, and nothing like that this time. And it's not very long, and it's actually a clip. You've seen this before if you have been watching for a while. I've played this on a previous live, and it's elsewhere on our channel. But I figured it was very fitting for tonight, since what we're talking about, one of the main stories of the week, and certainly of today, is this Halloween 5 news and this alternate opening deleted footage. So, what you're about to watch, this is a clip from 2015, Flashback Weekend in Chicago back in 2015. This is Don Shanks himself, who plays Michael Myers in the film, talking about this very scene. And the question he was asked, he and George Wilbur are up there, and they were asked, what they're asked all the time, what their favorite kills from their films are. And you'll hear Don Shanks explain, that his favorite is something that did not make the movie, the final cut. And so you'll get to hear him talk a little bit about exactly what we're going to see in here. And then you'll also hear George Wilbur give his answer to the same question. And it's not a very long clip. It's probably less than 2 minutes long. And then I'll be back in just a minute. So check this out from Flashback Weekend Chicago 2015.
Michael Myers comes down the river and this guy saves him, and then we had a character called Dr. Death, and he was Darren Reed. He was a punk comedian in Salt Lake. He had a mohawk, and he tattoos the thorn onto Michael, which is the sign of eternal life. And he does all these little incantations over the year, and when Halloween comes, I put the mask on, and over this altar, there's a stone altar, there was a stone that would move, and it had a point on it. It was about this big. And I come up, grab him by the throat, pick him up over my head, I broke his back, threw him on the altar, and the stone, when he comes to life, stands still. And I take that and I put it through his chest. But all my kills were good. I kill like a champion.
Yes, he does.
Your favorite kill?
What's your favorite kill?
Yeah, you want?
Oh, come on.
My favorite kill. My favorite kill was always involved with pretty blonde girls, either stick with a knife or with a shotgun, whatever. They were my favorites. Always worked with the pretty girls.
And little girls, we like to kill them.
What
are you doing later?
There you go, the great Don Shanks and George Wilbur there, and that was also, of course, our friend Tamara Glenn up there on that panel with them from wow, 6 years ago now, a little over 6 years ago. Crazy. So there you go, guys. Halloween 5 now, this 4K release, a must own, and I think it really just kind of bumps the whole collection up significantly and makes that pretty significant. I see you guys saying that the whole set is super expensive. The 2015 complete collection, yeah, it's hard to get a hold of now, especially the 15 disc, which is what I got, and it is awesome. One day I'll talk about that. It is loaded with such good stuff. This, of course, isn't of that level of must own, but yeah, and of course, if you've got a soft spot for the Thorn trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. It sounds like this is really going to tie into that even more and further that mythology, which, again, if you're going to go with it, go all in is or don't go to that chapter. Skip it and go to the other one if that's not your thing. But if you're going to go there, go for it. Go all in. Corn's wanting to hear, and are you ready? It's coming. One thing that I am ready for, and again, I'm going to be wrapping up here in just a few minutes. A few more things I want to talk about before I do get out of here though. But like I said, we're hitting the road this weekend, going to Mad Monster Expo in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's actually just outside of Charlotte in Concord, North Carolina. I know David Suber is going to be there. I'm going to see him. And a lot of great people are going to be there. A lot of great guests. And now it's actually become somewhat of a Halloween franchise reunion. I mean, already announced they had Tom Morga, who of course plays Myers in Part 4. Parts of Part 4, along with George Wilbur. And of course, they already announced Ken Foree, who is Big Joe Grizzly. And of course, Dawn of the Dead and all the other stuff he's in. Then, a few weeks ago, they had a couple of cancellations, and who'd they bring in but Nick Castle and Will Sandin. Yeah, couldn't be more excited for that, but that's not enough. Because just a few days ago, they added a surprise last-minute guest, rare convention appearance by John Michael Graham. That's right. Bob himself from Halloween 78 is joining Will Sandin, Young Myers, and The Shape, Nick Castle, at Mad Monster Expo this weekend. So the three of them together, it's kind of a Halloween 78 reunion in itself. And personally, I'm extra excited because I've actually never met John Michael Graham. He was at 40 Years of Terror. We were there. We just, it just didn't work out to be able to spend any time with him. And we covered a panel he was at. I've shared clips from that of him speaking and all. So, but I'm excited because especially since we just saw PJ a month ago and interviewed her at Scares and everything. And so I'm very excited that they got added. And here you can see the full lineup. I mean, it is stacked. This event is stacked, y'all. I mean, they got Matthew Lillard, Shawnee Smith. I mean, just so many. Spencer from Ice Nine Kills. I can't wait to talk to him about horror movies and Michael Myers and Stabbing in the Dark. Yeah, Bonnie Aarons from The Nun is there. I mean, just a lot of cool people. And I saw something today because Skeet Ulrich had canceled because he had to work, but apparently something shifted and now he is able to attend. So he's back too. He's not even on this image. But yeah, Meatloaf's going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. Rachel's wondering if Bob will drive up in his van. Yeah, and Rachel, I loved your comment earlier when you guys might have missed it, but she says, Rachel says, I don't know much about Halloween 5. I can't ever remember anything past the first few minutes. I see what you did there. That's a good one. That's a good one. But yeah, this is going to be an epic event. We can't wait for it. It is this weekend, Labor Day weekend. And we're going to be there all 3 days. We're going to have a booth there. We're going to be doing some live reports there. The plan right now is this Friday, I'm going to do a live episode of the Halloween show. And if all goes as planned, it's going to be live right from our booth, right on the convention floor at Mad Monster Expo. And I keep wanting to say Mad Monster Party. It's Mad Monster Expo this time. And what makes this a little bit different than the party, it's still going to be a killer party, no doubt. But in addition to all the stuff they normally have, they've actually got more haunt-themed workshops and panels, more indie film-themed workshops and panels. So it's going to be pretty interesting, especially as a way to kick off the Halloween season. At least for everybody but us. It's always Halloween here, of course. But for the normies out there, they're gonna kick it off this weekend because it's Labor Day, and then even for people that don't even celebrate Halloween all year round, you gotta admit, now it's fall. Now it's time. Now it's time to bust out decorations if you haven't already. So we're gonna be there. So come by and see us if you're in the area, and if you can't make it, then keep watching. keep watching this channel and keep watching the site, HalloweenDailyNews.com. We're going to have tons of photos, of course, on Instagram as well. Tons of photos, lots of videos, hopefully some cool interviews, and all kinds of other cool stuff coming out of this. So it's going to be exciting. And this Friday, like I said, 6 p.m. is when the doors open. I'm hoping to go live right around then if everything goes planned. And then other times throughout the weekend. Hopefully I'll be able to do like some live walkthroughs of the convention floor and stuff like that. So we've got that to look forward to this weekend. And yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. Yeah. So I think it's time to say what you want me to say. The Corn Man is back. I see all you guys in here. Summit's not in here this week, but he's actually sent me a message on IG and said he wasn't going to be here this week, but he's going to be back next week. So shout out to him too, and Ryan, we missed you, and all you guys. And yes, Mad Monster Expo trailer this week. So needless to say, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? We got a trailer coming this week. We got a convention coming this week. Who knows what else is going to be happening. Before I get out of here, I want to give just a couple quick shout outs to a couple Michael Myers Monday posts on Twitter and Instagram. We've been doing this regularly. And I got to start off, though, with somebody that I gave a shout out to last week. And he somehow gets a shout out every week. But here he is again, our own Ryan Korn. There he is, rocking his HDN t-shirt. They are available at our shop from Spring, our formerly Teespring. We've got links down in the description of where you can get this exact shirt. It's available in a ton of colors. The one I'm wearing tonight is actually green. You can't really tell with my lighting, but there's Ryan Korn with his badass Myers mask and knife, rocking his HDN shirt. And then while we're at it, this is another one of our most regular and loyal friends and viewers and supporters, Mr. Byron Weaver here at the HK poster at his local theater. And now I'm going to move over just for a quick minute, just for a couple of these. It's from Beth Manji. Just a simple Michael Myers Monday, but I like that it says "Take That Monday." Like I said, I mean, people have made this hashtag their own. Some people look at it like Monday sucks and it's attacking me or sneaking up on me the way Michael creeps up on people or stalks people. Other people flip it around and say, I'm going to attack Monday the way Michael chops a head. Also from Twitter, this one actually is from our friend Brian Andrews. The Brian Andrews, the real Brian Andrews, the original Tommy Doyle in Halloween 78. Shared this really cool artwork. I don't know who it's by, but I mean it's a number of pieces of artwork, and you can see there he is with Kyle Richards there on the left. There's some other Myers artwork and a Laurie Strode painting in the background there, and then there in the center, that's a different Laurie. That's Anna Paquin from the film Trick or Treat, of course. So I thought that was pretty cool, though. Brian Andrews getting into the spirit. Michael Myers Monday. Then moving over to Instagram real quick. This is Andy for the money, and I had to share this one. I don't remember seeing this meme before. I probably have, but it definitely is me. And if you've been watching the channel and watching my Hallow hunting videos, then, this is me. Me stalking the store workers as they stock the shelves with Halloween goodies. Yeah. That's me all day long. Also on Instagram, this is from Pumpkin Eater 78. Happy Michael Myers Monday. And he says, the movie title that could have been almost into spooky season. And his t-shirt there, you can see John Carpenter's The Babysitter Murders. Always interesting to consider the what ifs and what could have been. That was, of course, the original title before they changed it fatefully to the word Halloween. And last but not least for this week, another one from the Tyler Main, the real Tyler Main on Instagram. And he is quoting here Carl W. Buhner, who says, quote, they may forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And he says, Tyler says, make sure to spread peace and love in the world today. And hashtags Michael Myers Monday and Motivational Monday. So there you go. Spreading peace and love in the world. Stalking Lori in Halloween 07 and Annie in Halloween 09. So there we are, guys. And once again, thanks to everybody to use the hashtag. Thanks to everybody for using the hashtag. And thank you to everybody for, of course, tuning in tonight, as always. Real quick, I'll spend about 5 minutes. If there's anything you really want me to try to get into, if it's not anything too big. We're not leaving town tomorrow. We're leaving Wednesday, but got to get out of here and get some sleep tonight because we got to get packed and get going. And it's a big difference. We haven't done a con where we're doing a vendor table and covering the event at the same time since Mad Monster Party and Valentine's weekend of 2020, 1 month before everything changed. So it's been a while, and we're excited, but it's a lot of work and a little hike out from where we're at. It's about 5.5 hours, 6 hour drive, give or take. But we're gonna take our time and like I said, hit a couple Hallow hunting stops, like some Spirit Halloweens, a couple party cities, and see what I see. And, still on the hunt for that Total Film HK magazine too. Actually, I'll have to try to find that too. Chad says, good night, everyone. Happy Triple M. Great show as always. Thank you, Chad, for being here. Thank you. Ken says, have a safe trip, bro. Thank you, sir. I will. Thank you very much. Sammy says he played a great Michael Myers as well. Oh, you mean Tyler? Tyler did. Oh, yeah. He did great. Absolutely. Rachel says, thanks, Matt. Have a great night, everybody. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, Sammy, that's Rob Zombie's Halloween. Yep. James Stenbeck, what's up, man? Scout Taylor Compton, yep. Tyler and Scout, they're going to be at the next convention we're at after Mad Monster. 3 weeks from now, we're going to be in Hampton, Virginia for the Haunted Screams Expo. That's a 2-day event, September 18th and 19th. And Tyler and Scout and Lou Temple, also from Halloween 78, they're all going to be at Haunted Screams Expo. And that's later on this month. I'll be talking a lot about that when we get closer to that one. But this week, it's all focus on our Mad Monster family. They throw the best annual convention that we go to. Other cons are closer to us physically, but we consider Mad Monster our home con. It's the one that we've been attending the longest, and it's like coming home when we go there. So we're really excited to see everybody. And yeah, if you are watching this tonight or at any point or in the next few days, and you attend and you see us there, come on up, say hi, from a safe distance, of course, but come on up, say hi, introduce yourself. Hey, I watch the channel or I watch the Mondays or whatever. And yeah, I'd love to hear from some of you guys. I know we'll see you out there, David. I'm looking forward to that, man. And yeah, seeing so many awesome people, not just from this franchise, but just awesome, like-minded, cool people that love horror and love Halloween in all its forms. So we're looking forward to being around our Mad Monster family for sure. K2 Mac asks if the actor that played Dr. Loomis died during Halloween 6. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Died before it was released. That's correct. Yes, sir, David. I will see you Friday. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Ryan Korn, as always, man. Yes, sir. Thank you, Phil. Thanks, everybody. This has been a blast. And like I said, whenever the next Halloween Kills trailer drops, my intention, my hope, and my plan is to get on here that evening. Most likely it'll probably be at our normal 10:31 late night time slot. And do a live discussion and breakdown, just like we did with the first trailer. I want to do that. I plan to do that. If it happens while I'm on the road or out of town, which it's very possible, and I would say even very likely it's going to, I might have to get a minute. And it may not be able to happen like that. We might just have to do the breakdown next week when I'm back. But if it all works out, again, that's why I urge you, turn on the notifications if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and just follow all our socials because I'll be posting on there. And I do always try to post, especially for the lives, in the community tab here on the channel. So if you're following any of that, I just don't want you to miss out. And because that was a blast when we did that and we dissected the trailer and just kind of went through it. And I really want to do that again with you guys. Sooner the better. So, and hey, who knows? Maybe they drop it tomorrow before I'm even on the road, and we're back here doing this again tomorrow night. If so, it's going to be a Michael Myers Tuesday for sure. But in any case, whenever it happens, that'll be the plan. So, again, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, spread the word to like-minded people who love this shit like y'all do and like I do, because this is our time. This is the last Monday. It's officially the last day of August now. We're into September now. We're 6 weeks away from the release of the new Michael Myers movie. We're after Labor Day now. We're pretty much, even for general people, that it's fall now for all intents and purposes. It's Halloween season now for all intents and purposes. Not like it never is not Halloween season for us and for most of you, but you know what I mean. So it's our time, and so let's build this thing even bigger. And yeah, we're gonna plan some fun stuff around the release of the movie. I know some of you have been asking me in private, like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I don't know yet, but we're gonna do something cool, with this live Monday night community specifically around the release of that movie. And as far as content, I can't even tell you some of the cool shit that we got coming around the release of Halloween Kills. I'm just not, I'm superstitious. I'm not going to say anything, but stay tuned. Trust me. Stay tuned. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. All right, guys. I'm getting out of here. Once again, happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. All right, guys. I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching. And happy Michael Myers Monday!